Lead generation, that's a really key phrase these days.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about how LinkedIn, as opposed to Facebook and as opposed to some of the other social media platforms, can do the job efficiently for us.
Great. I keep LinkedIn very separate from social media, Facebook, Twitter, etc. LinkedIn is the business-to-business tool. And the others have a tendency to be business to consumer, quantities, etc. And if you're in a business where you are B2C, then yes, you probably do want to be using Facebook and Twitter. But if you're C, if your consumer is at a high enough level, they will be on LinkedIn. And it's a fantastic tool. There's over 435 million personal profiles worldwide on LinkedIn, over 20, probably more like 25 million in the UK alone. So it's a wonderful place to actually be able to go out and find the right kinds of people that you're actually looking for and to have them find you.
Okay, I'm more of an avid sort of Facebook user, and I am a sort of a business-to-business kind of person, but I'm not completely won over by LinkedIn.
Okay.
What am I missing?
Okay, and a lot of the training I do is actually making people understand, just as you are now, understand why it's so important. A few years ago, when you were talking to a prospect, the first thing they would do would be to actually look at your website to see what the company did. Yeah. But nowadays, people buy from people. So what
I love that phrase, people buy from people.
People
I always say this.
buy from people, yeah. That's right. So they're actually going to look you up straight away, okay? And Google loves LinkedIn. And so whenever you're being searched for, whether you're being searched for whatever process, your LinkedIn profile will always come to the top. Now, especially if you have an active profile, which is what I teach, okay? But I'll tell you about that afterwards. So people will come and look at you. Now, if you have well, we'll probably go into exactly what makes a great profile, but if you don't have a profile, if you have a rubbish profile, how long does it take for somebody to decide you're not right for them? You know, how long does it take if you go into a networking group to make a good first impression? Seconds? A few seconds. Well, I'm afraid on LinkedIn, if somebody comes and sees you outside your tent at Glastonbury as your professional photograph, which I see lots of, they're going to go click and they don't even have to say sorry. You know, they've gone and they'll never come back to you. There's two sides to LinkedIn, okay? The first side is having a great profile, and the second side is strategies. The purpose of the profile is to be found, build trust and credibility. The purpose of the strategies is to find, connect and engage with your target market. So not sales, but engaging. Yeah, it's an engagement process. So looking at the profile itself, you need a great photo. Not outside your tent at Glastonbury, not, and the one I absolutely adore is people who've dressed up for once or twice in their life for a wedding or a big party, and then they chop themselves out of that photograph and use that as the photo.
There's pictures like that, are there?
Thousands of them, thousands of them. But at least they're better than no photo, or a crummy photo, or a photo, anyway, lots of different kinds of photos which are not right. But because the first thing that somebody sees when they look at your profile is your photo. And if they see a great photo of you looking at them and smiling, you're building trust. It's very subliminal, but you do build trust.